What's up, people? It's your man, Black Cobra, back once again and again with the Wheel Life Show. So, you know what it is. Here we talk about, and I got to remember to do this because a lot of times I start the show and I don't. But for those of you who have never joined us before, this is the Wheel Life Show, all about PEVs, personal electric vehicles, and there are plenty of them to choose from. On this show, we usually focus on electric unicycles because that's my favorite and, in my opinion, the best of electric vehicles, at least personal electric vehicles. But, that's just my opinion. So what I do here is I interview people from around the world who ride personal electric vehicles or are part of the industry. I've interviewed people who are part of different companies who are distributors of these EUCs, and I've also reached out and tried to make attempts to try and get some of the companies that make them. Haven't been successful yet on that front, but hopefully with some help from some of the new people that I have in my life now, we might be able to make that happen. So I do take different people, and people have asked me, why do I have certain people on my show? And I wanted to cover that before I even bring today's guest on, because one of the things that you guys know about me is I'm a positive person. My positivity, my enthusiasm, my energy are just me, and I always take that energy and I look for others who share it. So a lot of times what I'm looking for is like-minded people, some people who have that same type of spirit that I do. And I look for people, just positive people. There are many people that I chose not to interview because I just don't always vibe with everybody. So some of the time I have to decide whether to say yes or no. And today I have someone with me who I really appreciate what he's doing. I am impressed by all he's done. I met him and we got to hang out at the Amped Electric Games, and he's a very impressive young man, and I think that he has the same positive energy as I do. So I wanted to bring him on, talk about what he's doing, talk about what's going on for him, and talk about what he's adding to this field of personal electric vehicles. So without further ado, I want to bring in my man, Corey, the one and only Wheelie Dope, and you guys know him on IG as the man, the myth, the legend, Wheelie Dope. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me on. Glad to be
So,
here.
I'm glad to have you, man. It was really good meeting you out at Amped. It was nice hanging out with you out there. And I wasn't just saying that to be saying it. I think you got a great personality and positive energy, and I appreciate it. So I welcome you to the world of PEV because you have been really helping us to expand it. And I welcome you to the show. So I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man,
And
this is great.
we're gonna talk about a lot with you today.
Oh yeah, I used to watch your show way before I was even making videos, so this is super cool.
Yeah, that's fantastic, man. I love to hear it. So in the chat, we got Splice. What's up, Splice? Sly Dog is in here. Sly Dog Stroh. You guys know him from his One Wheels first, and now he's all over the EUC game. Appreciate him. Good to see you, Sly Dog. Medium Dog. Okay. Just ended up here just by chance. Well, welcome, buddy. Welcome. Spartacus, glad you made it. What's going on, man? That's my man there. Amped Electric Games, you know him. It's Seth Johnson, people. Go, Seth. Go, Seth. Seth is the man. He's bringing us all together and doing great things in the world of electric unicycles and PEVs in general. So we'll talk to him, I'm sure, again. Seth has been on already, but we definitely will have him back. Let's see. Robert Larkin, what's up? Good to see you, man. Electric unicycle. Oh, boy, man. He be riding.
Oh yeah.
He be riding. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, buddy. Yeah. E. Simon, there he is, my man, E. Simon. E. Simon, I just started channel member, is my very first channel member. I appreciate your E. Simon. If you're in the chat and you look, he has the icons next to his name, and he's able to use different things. Oh, we lost Corey, and Let's see. He's back.
I
So
don't know what happened.
yeah, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, just so you guys know, normally I am hardwired connected to my computer. Tonight I'm not, and Corey said the same thing. So we're both on Wi-Fi. So if we have some drops tonight, you know why, and we'll keep it moving just like we just did. We'll make it happen. So E Simon, I wanted to say thank you, buddy. I appreciate you being the very first channel member here on the Black Cobra channel, and you know, for the Wheel Life show. You're always here on all shows, and I appreciate you, buddy. And Liv, okay, Liv for EUC, yes. I got you. Are we on the big screen, Liv? We on the big screen? Oh, they're working on S20. Yeah, they're working on S22. Nick, they're in the background working. EUC Fanatic, what's going on? What's going on? I think. Oh, there he is, Nick. Big boy, fast boy. What's up, man? Great job on the video you just put out, Nick. That was a great job on the Sherman S. I really appreciate the tunes were banging, the view was banging. You did a great job, buddy. Great job editing that too. So I appreciate you on that.
Great video, yeah.
Right?
Top 5 reviews I've seen.
Definitely. I give him much credit on that. Oh, Mickey's in the house. EVX. Yo, Mickey. So Mickey, talk to me, buddy. Are you in the gym again? Last couple of times he was in the gym on the treadmill or something listening to the show. He might be doing the same thing tonight.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
All the content.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is before I was putting these on the audio podcast and just transferring them over right after. And now YouTube is starting to do their own podcasts and audio podcasts. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep going over because I mean, it took a little effort to do that. And I was like, but it's true. Sometimes if you can't watch it, if you can at least listen to it while you're doing something, you know, you still get absorb the content. So I might start doing it again and putting it over there.
I listen to a lot of YouTube at work and stuff in the background while I'm doing other stuff. And it's nice to have the audio. You know, the writing clips are great to watch on my free time, but I want to hear what's going on, you know.
So Sly Dog said, he said, this dude right here, Corey, sat with me for 20 minutes at least trying to fix my Sherman the last day of Amped. Definitely super nice and genuine.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we fixed it either.
Sly Dog said, why my wheels always breaking though? Because you be riding them so hard.
Yeah. Gotta slow down.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, all right. So, Corey, I want to set this up for people who may not know you. Okay. So, I saw you quite a while ago. And when I started seeing your videos, I was like, oh, we got another rider. Okay. And then a couple videos, I was like, oh, look at he's starting out. This is cool. You know, I like to see when people start out. And I don't even remember when it was that I took a peek back and I'm like, oh, I wonder how he's doing. You know, what kind of content he's got going on now. And I look, and ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know, he's got 97,000 followers right now. That's crazy. And
it's wild, man.
And he does all kinds of videos. The transitions are tight. The themes are hot. He's got the great music. He's got the one leg thing down behind you. He's got the one leg. He's got the one leg thing down packed. And he's making it. So if you guys, if you're new here, like the other guy who said he just found us by accident, and you haven't checked out Wheelie Dope on Instagram, you need to check him out because his creative skills are on point. You do a great job, man. And I know every now and then I'm just laying there like, just absorbing content, and I'm like, oh, that's another good one. Oh, that's another good one.
I love making them, man. I'm glad that you enjoy it. It's fun,
yes,
you know?
I definitely do. Well, talk to me about your journey. How'd you get here? Like how'd you start out and how'd you get where you are now?
Yeah, so I got into PEVs kind of during the pandemic. I think like a lot of people, where I was kind of bored inside, and I got this nice paycheck from the government that I didn't really need, so I went and blew it on a one wheel. You know how it goes. And then I rode a one wheel pint for maybe 9 months or so before I was kind of hitting the limit. I was going too fast on it, and it would run out of battery. And I found the EUCs and the one wheel forums. People were always arguing back and forth about EUC versus one wheel. And then I took the plunge and I bought a King Song 16X.
Yeah.
And it was a great wheel. I love that wheel.
Yep.
I rode it for a year. And then I decided I was watching a lot of people on Instagram make fun videos with the 360 cameras, and specifically like electric roller was a big
Yeah.
favorite of mine on Instagram. And I just decided to buy a camera and start playing around. I have a pretty good audio video background from college. I went to school for music performance and did a lot of audio production work and stuff on the side. And so the creativity was just kind of second nature. I started playing with the camera and got really into making the edits. And I don't know, it's kind of been history ever since. I'm just still trucking along, making videos. I try to pump out like one a day if I can, sometimes 5 a week or something, but it's just fun, you know?
Well, that's
Yeah.
one of the things that gets me is that your frequency. Like, and I'm sure that's why you've grown so much. That and a couple viral videos that you were saying, and that's that. I mean, consistency. And I know they talk about it a lot. And I find that I love making videos, but I don't have time. I'm so busy with two jobs and the family. I'm like I'm squeezing it in when I can, and so I see yours, and I'm like, oh, you got another one. Oh, there's another one, and I'm like, you always have something going on, and I think the fact that you continually refresh your content and add to it, I think it really really helps. So
Yeah, definitely. Consistency is definitely a big part of growing on social media, but you know, it's time consuming for sure. You know, I go to work 9 to 5 just like everyone else, so get off
mhm.
work and I get a little bit of time to ride, and then I spend my evenings kind of editing footage and going through stuff. And I try to kind of batch my content. You know, I'll make stuff a couple days in advance and throw it in the draft folder or whatever. I'll do two or
Yeah.
three edits at a time. And sometimes I'm bored on a rainy day, so I go pull old footage. You know, but it definitely takes time. I'm getting faster, so that
Yeah.
helps. But then I get more complex with it too. So
Yeah,
that takes
yeah,
me longer.
you're doing some stuff, man. Listen, I'm gonna call you out on one of those videos because there's one in particular that I haven't figured out yet. Because and I'm like, the minute I have time, I'm gonna sit down and do one. When you jump up in the air and all your clothes come on,
Oh
and then,
yeah.
yeah, I love that. Like, absolutely love that. And a lot of people were doing it. There's a favorite guy of mine on Instagram, Pac-Man, and he makes some like brain like twisting videos like that. He does stuff that I'm like, how? So
I've
then
seen
you,
him before. Yeah, he's
yeah,
he's crazy.
he is. He's so amazing. And so then I saw you do the thing with the clothes, and I was like, oh no, he got it too. I was like, I gotta go figure this out, man.
Yeah, his are so clean too. Those transitions
Yes.
are seamless. You know, it's hard though. It takes a long time to film those videos, and you got to go
Mm-hmm.
stand in place and jump up and down in 5 different outfits, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, you get to watch the public stare at you from across the park. So you got to really not care what people think to film videos like that.
So tell me, what do you think is the hardest one that you've had to make so far as that is concerned? Like, time consuming, recording over and over. Is there any that like stand out in your mind? Like, oh yeah, that one was tough.
Yeah, I mean, those I've done 2 of those now, and they took a long time just to film and edit. I spent more time filming than writing that day, I think. But I think the hardest ones are the ones that I don't plan out. You know, if I'm just going through old footage trying to, you know, keep consistent on my channel and post new content, I have trouble getting creative with it. You know, normally I have an
Mhm.
idea in mind and I go out and I film it, but then if I don't have that idea already, I'm just kind of making stuff up. So
Yeah,
it doesn't flow as well.
yeah.
The last minute content.
It's definitely easier when you know what you're looking for. Like, I want to do this. I want to do
Yeah.
this.
Exactly, yeah. And so those are the most fun too. I like kind of planning a shot list and going out and trying to find a cool location, and
Yep.
uh, it's part of why I like writing. You know, I get to go explore and find cool places to shoot.
Yeah. And like I don't like that's one of the things I tell people when they ask me about EUC is, you know, why do I love it so much? And that's part of it is the exploration part of it. Like when you're out just riding on a beautiful day, you just find shit. You're like, oh,
Oh
look at
yeah,
this over here. You know what? I forgot this was even here. And then you
right.
you know, let me ride down to the end of the pier, or let me ride over behind this building, or you know. Whereas
Oh yeah.
if you were walking around, you probably wouldn't have walked over behind the building, down the pier to the end of the. You're like, I ain't walking that far, but on the wheel, you're like, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm not walking to go anywhere but my destination. Like I'm not trying to explore the same way that I am on an UC. I don't have a destination when I ride most of the time. I'm just going. So
And that's exactly, thanks, Mike Martins. He said, we're look at these two, these awesome individuals.
thank
um,
you.
yeah, it is the same. I like, I just love being on it, and I just want to go, go, go. But then when I'm walking, if I'm walking, even if it's for like going to a few stores, I'm like, I need a wheel. Like,
Oh yeah.
I would just like to be cruising around.
Even when I go grocery shopping with the wheel, I'm like, I'd rather just ride it through the store. It's way faster.
Yeah.
Grabbing your stuff off the shelf, flying by.
Yeah, and I made that video on the M104 in Walmart, and people were looking at me like I was crazy, but I had a lot of fun just riding the wheel inside Walmart because it was perfect. Like holding the cart and riding the M. I was like, this is like made for this. Like,
Oh yeah. Some people use shopping carts to learn. I think, right? Like where they hold on and
you
helps you
can,
balance a
yeah,
little bit too. Yeah.
yeah.
I've seen Liv ride seated on her V11 with a shopping cart through the grocery store.
uh, Turbo's in the house, guys.
Turbo.
The three-time winner of the
He's so
Broadway
fast.
Bomb. He's a great dude.
He is a great dude.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. E-Rider A from Canada. What's up, buddy? I think I missed him in here earlier. Great dude, Brett.
Brett is so nice.
Brett, you're one of the nicest guys I know, dude. Like, you just come across so super nice. Everybody says the same thing. Every time we mention your name, oh, that guy is so nice. Like,
Yeah, he's such a friendly guy. Meeting him at Amped was super cool too. He's fast, man. That guy can ride.
yeah, he's definitely fast. He said, my problem is camera. I've been taught a lot of editing through my education. Yeah, camera. Listen, there's parts to this. So,
For sure.
everybody, some people are better at one thing, some people are better at the other. The problem I have is that I end up just wanting to ride and ride and ride, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I got to use this content. So I'll just ride and just record, and then I'm like, what am I gonna do with it? Like,
Yeah, I've had to slow down and take rides where I don't film anything too, because you get too caught up in it. It's not as fun
yep,
if you're just doing it to get content. So
yeah. And that's part of like I'll ride in like the first, I don't know, few miles I'll be riding and I'm like, okay, am I filming something for a reason? Do I have something in mind? And if I don't, I get frustrated. I'm like, you know what? Never mind. Just forget it and just close the camera. But I do have like a lot of footage that I never used
sure,
because
me
I
too.
recorded it and I was like, I don't have nothing to do with that. And then later I'm like, okay, oh, I need some footage. And I completely forget that I recorded that footage. Like,
Yeah, it always comes in handy.
yeah, it's like go back. I got to start going back more and look at some old footage that I can use.
Yeah,
Um,
Mickey said he always enjoys riding with no cameras too. Yeah,
yeah, it's always better when because you can just ride. You can just feel free.
yeah.
So Mickey said he's riding seated on his V13 is nice.
Ooh, I
So
bet.
yeah. So Mickey, what is the V13 seated like? Is it more like the Master Pro or more like the Sherman S?
I hope you covered up that handle. Didn't look very comfy.
Yeah, no, it does not look very comfy. Um, Liv is editing right now. You have fun with that, Liv. Yes, V13 is such a good wheel. Love it. It seems to be. I haven't touched it yet, so we shall find out.
Yeah,
Uh,
looking forward to trying one.
yeah, me too. Me too. It's definitely one of the ones. V13 hasn't landed in Australia yet, but the Sherman is pretty good. Yes, the Sherman S. As a matter of fact, Nick, I think you put it in the mail already. I hope. So Sherman S should be on the way to me now, so I can do some riding on that. The only thing I didn't like about the Sherman S was obviously initially I didn't have pads on it, and that sucked. That was terrible. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, then once we put the pads on it, it was much better. But it was the seat
Is it
sucks.
too low?
It's too low and too tiny.
Yeah.
For my big ass, I need a little bit more seat and a little higher for my bad knees. So I got to figure something out on that really quick, and I will. I'll improvise something. I actually think I may try to stick my. Oh, here I got a visitor. I may
Hi.
start. Come here, mama. This is Nala.
My dog's
Yeah.
running around somewhere too.
I may try to stick the tall seat that I have on my my Monster Pro. I may try to stick that on there. Who knows? Um,
I
we
saw
shall
someone
see.
put a regular Sherman seat on it on Facebook. They just flipped it around and it
Yeah.
fit pretty well. So
The regular Sherman seat, that little one, right?
the little one, yeah,
Yeah.
you pat it up though.
Yeah, I don't even got that. And I sold my Sherman and I gave him the seat too. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at our guest star is now comfy. Hey, mama. Say hi.
Cobra, how tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
Okay, yeah. I'm 6'2", so it's hard to find like a seat that fits me as well. Like I thought the stock Sherman seat was a little too low.
It
Uh,
was
I
definitely.
got a Russian seat now; it's much better. But the V11 felt pretty tall. The V12 seat was way too low. I had to.
Oh
get
God. Uh, yeah, I see you had that nice seat put on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna work. No. So Mickey says seated feels more natural on V13, especially if you're tall. Okay, that's good because he really wants to. He's even taller than me, so he needs to. We need that taller seat. Uh,
Brett said 5'11", what an honest man.
what he said?
Brett said 5'11", what an honest man for not
Yeah.
rounding up to 6 foot.
Oh yeah, trust me. I tried to round up for years. I'm like, I'm gonna grow, and I'm like, yeah, it's just not happening.
You just
I'm
gotta
like,
stretch a lot.
yeah. They used to tell me that in karate. They were like, yeah, if you do this, I was like, yeah, you guys are just fucking with me. Shut up. But yeah, let me see what did he say? I want to see. He said more natural. I wanted to see if he said anything else. So anyway, we'll get back to that. So what do you do on the outside of your wheel life?
Yeah. I work for a brewery, so
Uh-huh.
I manage a sales territory for an alcoholic beverage company. We also make like a hard seltzer and a slush and a bunch of alcoholic drinks. So
So I'll
started
be
off
getting
as a local
I can
company.
get a shipment soon. Shipment? No.
Oh yeah. Well, don't tell anyone. I don't know if it's legal to ship alcohol. Yeah, it's cool. I've been there for 5 years and got a cool little downtown office. I live about a mile from work, so I ride every day.
Nice.
It's a cool job. Can't complain.
That's the dream, to be able to ride back and forth to work, or to be able to incorporate the riding somewhere in your life so that it's not just only when you got recreational time.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because our city's not commuter friendly. It's not great to ride UC in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
The downtown area is great, and then kind of the surrounding areas, but it's so spread out. Everything's highway based, so
Yeah.
not super convenient to get around. But
So-
living in the suburban areas is great.
So the wheel comes in handy.
Definitely.
So Chris, what did he say? He said that's why I don't sit, because these knees are done. Yeah. Well, that's why you got to have a tall seat, man. You got to have something that makes it doable. Otherwise, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, definitely. And that's how
Lives-
Marty does it with his bicycle seat, super tall.
Mm-hmm. That's why I started. I put the bicycle seat on my 16X.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
had the regular seat on the 16X, and it took me forever to learn because it was too low.
Yeah, it was very low, and I had a video of me like practicing sitting down when I finally did get the real seat, and I was like, I mean, it was a good seat. I liked the seat. I just it needed to be taller, so
Yeah.
it took a little time to learn how to sit on it.
I gotta see some videos of you riding seated on the 16X.
Oh, I got
Sounds
plenty
pretty
of
good.
them. Plenty of them. As a matter of fact, the video where I learned was the good one. I was like,
Oh yeah.
okay, let's go here, and I was in a cemetery. I was like, oh no, and to me,
Oh my God.
it felt comfortable and natural. And then now that I look back, I'm like, I look big as hell on that little wheel.
Man, yeah, that thing feels tiny now. I rode one
Yeah.
after riding like the Sherman and the V12 and the V11, and it's really lightweight. It feels like a toy.
Yeah, it does. And you never realized it until after. And I sold mine, and honestly I wish I could have kept it, but I can't have 10 wheels. It's just not doable.
Oh, I know.
I want to stay married and stay in my house. So so I can't do that. I can't do that. But I wanted to keep it because it was a great wheel to teach on,
Yeah, it definitely is.
because it has a 3-inch wide tire. It's not too heavy. It's got really good power and balance. It's like a perfect wheel to teach on. I think that's one of my favorites to teach on. But now
It
I don't
felt
have one.
awesome. Did you learn pretty quick on an EUC?
Oh yeah. Um I saw Jeremy and hold on, let me move this down. Yeah, I saw a couple guys in the woods, and they were like flying by me. And I was like, I'm like, what is that? And, what's funny is I was doing a YouTube video on cameras, actually on the camera, the M50 that I'm using now. And I was like, what is this? Like, you got to tell me what this is, because you're riding in the woods. You're riding on the, what is this? And they're like, oh man, you don't know about this? I was like, no. And Anthony had the Z10, and Jeremy had the MSX. So at the time they had the premier wheels. The MSX was the sporty model, and the Z10 was looked like the Batmobile to me, like the tank wheel. I was like, oh man. So they were like, you want to try? I was like, hell yeah. So I went to the parking lot. I jumped on the MSX, and I was like, whoa, whoa, but I was able to do it a little. And then he said, try this one, the Z10 with the wide tire. Oh, I was like, okay. I was still wobbly as shit, but I was able to go all the way down the parking lot, come back. I was like, yeah. They're like,
That's
usually,
a great wheel to learn
yeah,
on.
it is, because it doesn't fall over. It's hard to turn though. You do have to put a lot of effort into turning it, so people have trouble with that. But it's, as far as getting on and being able to go straight, best wheel ever, because it just didn't move. It was almost a flat wheel, so you could just
pretty
go.
powerful for the time too.
Yes, it was. It was the
Like
definite.
28, I think.
Yeah, and that was like, ooh.
Yeah, that was fast at the time, for sure.
Yeah. So then, because I'm a nutcase, a week later I had a V8. I ordered it immediately and had it a week later, and here I am on a V8. I'm like, all right, now I got to learn this. Then that's when I realized the difference in the width of the tire.
Oh yeah,
Because
super.
the V8 is thin, and
yeah.
it was harder to learn. I was like, I just jumped up on these wheels. How come I can't do it on this one? And it took me a day, like 45 minutes one day, then 45 minutes the next day. And by the third day, so basically a couple hours, 2.5, 3 hours, by the third day I had it. And I was like, all right, now I'm good.
That's about how long it took me too.
Yeah.
But I had never seen one. Well, okay, I was riding one wheels with my friends, and I had just ordered the 16X a couple days before, and I saw a guy sit by on an EUC, and I chased him down on my one wheel because I had never seen one before in person, and he was riding a 16X, and so we were chatting for a while, and he was telling me that he'd help me learn, and then we never really exchanged contact info. But then when I got it in the mail, it felt impossible. I couldn't ride it. I took it to a park. It was like bruising up my legs, and I was dropping it over and over and over. I almost sold it. I beat that thing out hard. And then So like day 3, it just clicked, and I could ride pretty well, like just around, on sidewalks and bike trails and stuff. And then, you go through that phase where you get overconfident. You feel
Yep.
like you've got it down. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
everybody does this, where you learn how to ride, and then your confidence spikes, and then you
Yep.
crash.
Yeah,
Um,
then you hit something. Boom. Oh, what happened?
I was trying to show off, I think, for some cute girls on scooters downtown in Oklahoma City. So I tried to take off full speed, and I just wobbled out of control and fell right in the middle of the street. It was terrible.
So I'm assuming you never got any numbers or digits from those girls.
No, I hobbled off like I was fine and went and sat on a park bench or something. But it hurt.
I wish
I was feeling that one.
I wish we could find those girls and ask them. What'd you think, girls? Were you impressed?
They didn't seem very concerned about my well-being.
About your well-being.
I think they were mostly laughing.
They kept it moving.
Yeah.
They look back. They're like, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. That's funny. So Seth says he needs a seat for the M10-4. And Liv said, just get good like Big Boy. Yeah. Nick was squatting and sitting on the M10-4 with no seat.
What?
Big Nick. I was like, what? I watched him do it. I was like, no. I got video of it. I still can't believe he did it. Yeah, I was like, yo, my knees would just explode.
Mine too. Jeez. He's a tall guy too.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how he just did that. Yeah, I don't know how he did it. E. Simon, yeah, same height. Electric Unicycle says, you poor things, being 5'11", I'm only 5'8". Yeah, Brett, we're in the crew, buddy. Not exactly legal to ship alcohol, but beer snobs do it all the time. Yeah. Oh, Vibes is in the house. What's up, Vibes? He said you found him laid out on the side of the road. He's the man.
I did, yeah. That was at Amped Electric Games, and we ran to the corner store, and he had crashed on his way there. I don't know what happened. I can't remember, but he's pretty beat up, man. I was trying to get my car to give him a ride. He rode back like a champ, though.
Oh, Tommy, you had a mishap, huh? Hey, Tommy, were you trying to show off for some girls too? I doubt it. But you say that, Corey, and it's funny because, I mean, we've all had that moment. Everybody's watching you, and you're like, all right, I'm going to ride really cool right now.
It never goes the way you want it to.
No.
Just don't do it.
No.
And honestly, those girls didn't think I was cool to begin with. It didn't matter how hard I leaned into the wheel.
Even if you didn't crash and it went really well, they wouldn't have cared. So.
It'd be like work on a unicycle.
Okay, he says the 16X seat cuts the circulation around after a while, and my junk goes numb. Well, you don't want numb junk, you know.
No way.
I really did like the seat for the 16X. And as a matter of fact, I don't think I have a photo of it, but no, actually, I probably can't even find it on Instagram. That's the one thing for me. I was gonna find it on YouTube, but there's so many. I don't know. I got like hundreds of videos now. I see. That's the one thing I did do is make a lot of YouTube videos. I didn't make Instagram is a lot easier, so I need to do that more. But at one point, I was able to make a lot of YouTube videos, and I was feeling really good about it. And then, shit changes, and you just like, I'm like, I don't got time. I want to do so much more. I feel so bad because there's so many videos in my head I want to make, and I just can't make them. There's I got to change over my master. And it's messed up because I got the suspension and the different linkage, but not the new one that just came out. So I got the Merlin Fish one and a different shock. I never got a chance to take it apart and put that on there. I got to repaint and redo the wheel because the paint was coming off. So I got a different color paint. I'm gonna redo it. And I never made the video of me doing the whole thing. And I was like, the wheel's still in the garage. I haven't touched it because I haven't had time to ride or nothing. And
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, so frustrating. I'd rather just be out riding and making videos about it. You know,
I've got a master on the way too now, and I need to figure out the whole suspension upgrade. I know there's like different sizes for the shocks and linkage. And, I
hmm
need to do some research on it too.
well, the new one, it looks like it's Bigode um, made the linkage so that it uses more of the travel of the
Okay.
shock. So it just has two different positions, and I guess if you put it in the other position, it like elongates the shock just a little bit. So it's not quite that long one that was sticking out the back,
Okay.
which seemed to use a whole lot of the travel. But this one is just kind of the same linkage. They just added another hole and a different angle to it so that it elongates a little bit. So what I'm told is it's supposed to be pretty good. So I definitely want to use that one. Uh, and you're gonna need it. Well, you're tall, but you're not as heavy. Like I'm
Yeah.
235. How much do you weigh?
I'm like 190 geared,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. So it's a little bit better for you, but it's still that's the problem. The Masters are so powerful, great wheels, great torque and stuff, but you know the suspension still hasn't been figured out, and that's the crazy part of where I really didn't think that the Sherman suspension was gonna be it, but so far it's been it. So I'm like that Sherman S suspension is crazy, and I really thought that Bigode had the best idea, and they may ultimately end up with a better idea if we're able to like zero it in. But
Sure.
I still think there's too many variables, so I don't think that it's there. So I
Well, I
think
like
that
that it's upgradable and like kind of you can mod it the way you want it. But then at the
yes,
same time, like how much money do you have to spend to make it like ride the way you want it to ride? On
y-
top of the price of the wheel.
yeah, and
So
that's the problem. It's good and it's bad. Yeah,
yeah.
good because you can, bad because you have to.
Right.
Like,
Exactly. But people say, "Oh, it's modular." You can do whatever you want.
it's so modular, dude. You're like, yeah, it is.
I'm excited to try it though. It looks like a beast. Um, and maybe I can keep up with Roger at the next Amped Electric Games. We'll see.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Roger's a straight beast.
Yeah, he's insane.
He like legit. Uh, you know what? That's what I remember. Now I'm thinking about it. I remember you on the 16X, and I remember because I had upgraded, and I think I was in a Sherman at the time, and I had upgraded, and I was like, I said this kid is doing like good videos, but he's on that 16X. He's too tall. That wheel's not enough for him. He needs more of a wheel, and then what we haven't touched base yet on is you're under contract with a company, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. I work with InMotion. Um,
So talk about that a little bit.
yeah, it's been cool. They reached out to me maybe November or December. I was kind of chatting with some people because I had bought a V12 used from Paul up in New York at
Mm-hmm.
Monorites. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Great wheel. I loved the V12. It was so much fun, and I was starting to make better videos and get better editing, and I kind of made good friends with the marketing person on social media for InMotion. His name was Jam. Super nice guy. He's not there anymore, but um, we were chatting for a while, and he said, "What did he say?" He said, "Oh, I'll send you a free V11 when you hit 5,000 followers or something." And I was like, "Oh, bet you got it." So I started, pushing my content harder, and I think um, by the time I actually got the V11, I was like way past that. But I had like one viral video, um, and I was messaging him. I'm like, "You owe me a V11," and so they sent me a contract. And they're pretty basic contracts, like make a video a week or something, and all your opinions are your own. Like they're pretty good about just wanting to push their products, and I enjoy the products too. So the V11 was super fun, and it came just in time because I had broken my V12 and I didn't have another wheel. And I had to buy my 16X on a credit card, which was stupid, but best decision I've ever made. So uh, not having a wheel was miserable, and
Mm.
then I got the V11. I rode that. I still have it. I don't ride
Hmm.
it quite as much as I did earlier the year. Um, and then now I've got the V12 high torque and still working with InMotion, and we'll see. Hoping they'll send me a V13 at some point, but still waiting around for that one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I really noticed. You and Liv, when you guys were, started, being ambassadors for InMotion, I was like, oh shit. I was like, I said I knew he was doing big things with his 16X over there, but damn, hold up, what happened?
Yeah,
Like,
it's cool working direct with the manufacturer too, because I think a lot of people work with the distributors locally, and I like supporting all the local distributors too, with affiliate links and stuff. But it's fun to talk to, the company directly and kind of see what's
yeah,
going on behind the scenes. And
yeah. And that's it's good and it's bad depending on the company because
yeah, true,
some companies are not so easy to talk to.
true.
Be,
I haven't talked to Bigode
Bigode,
much,
Bigode.
but I've made some friends over at Leaperchem kind of on Instagram, and I love riding the Sherman, so I think that
Yeah.
they like sharing the videos and stuff. Haven't talked to King Song though. Maybe they'll send me another 16X so I can teach all my friends.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I would love to have another 16X for just a learning wheel.
Yep.
I would legitimately keep it around. Like that gold one they got. Yo, whew, hit me
Oh,
up.
yeah,
Send me
it
one of
was
those.
nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
King Song. Can I get a gold 16X so I can teach people, please?
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
teach people.
I like that new S22 Pro too. That's looking nice.
Yeah, yeah,
I really like the S22. It's a good wheel.
yeah. I think that, like, I want to say, yeah, I'd like one of those too, but I feel like I'm not going to teach on that wheel. And it's not fast enough for me. I don't feel like it's as durable for me. Like I wrote it, thanks to Roger. Shouts out to Roger. Appreciate you, Roger. He allowed me to use his S22 while I was out in Cali at AVS, and it was great. But I always felt like I can over torque this easy. Like I can push this hard enough to fall, and I don't like it. I don't like that feeling. I mean, I know we can push any wheel hard enough to fall, but I just felt it was a little too small for me.
Sure.
Like I got it out on the track, and I was like, woohoo! And then I hit 42 pretty quick. Beep 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 beep. Nope, no more, because I don't
Yeah.
beep ride. I'm not a beep rider, not at all. So
I'm
I
not
feel
either.
like, yeah, so I don't feel like it would work for me. The 16X, I would just use it for teaching. I wouldn't be riding it. I would just use it to teach others. And we are on a race. We're trying to get as many riders as we can. So if you're out there and you're thinking about learning, please contact somebody. We
Yeah.
just want to get as many riders as we can, because for us, like, legitimately, it's much better when there's more of us. That is for sure. Don't you feel
Yeah.
better on a group ride, Corey, than you do just by yourself?
Definitely, yeah. Whenever I started, I rode almost a year without meeting anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found a group called Oklahoma E-Skate, and there was a couple of guys on EUCs that weren't even from Oklahoma City. They were just coming into town. And I met up with them, and they're on a Sherman and an MSP, I think. And I was on the 16X, and I'm like, man, I can't keep up with these guys. They were going. But it was so much fun, and so that's when I started looking at other wheels, because when I was riding alone, the 16X was good. I'm just cruising bike trails, and you don't really know any better. You don't see these guys flying around having more fun. So once I started kind of going on rides with these guys, and I met a couple other riders, and we started building a local community, I had to upgrade. So I got the V12, and then now the Sherman, and then I feel like everyone else is upgrading, so I have to keep up so that I can keep riding with everyone and stay together on the group rides.
Yeah. You always, I mean, that's the only drawback is that when you're in a group ride, you can't help but compare your wheel to everybody else's. So you're like, I need a bigger wheel. I need a bigger wheel.
Yeah, well, if they're going 50 miles and I can only go 30, I can't even really hang. Or if they're going 50 miles an hour, I'm 4 stoplights back. You know what I mean?
Liv said, she said, I just need the Sherman S to be 15 pounds lighter, or I got to get in the gym.
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, if you want that suspension. See, but the thing is, Liv, because you're so light, You don't need it. You know, the Master will be fine for you. Even the T4, as light as you are, the T4 will be fine for you. You
I
won't
don't know.
need.
She's trying to keep up with Nick on that Master Pro. He may go for a long time.
Well, then maybe she needs the Master. But you know, I'm just saying, I don't think you need that. That I think us heavier, us bigger boys need the suspension of the Sherman S. Incorporated into, you know, faster, higher torque wheels. Although now that the Sherman S has the high speed mode unlocked, I don't know. I think I'm gonna really like it. I was already in the mindset that it's just not fast enough. I'm not gonna really be feeling it when I really, really ride it. And then when I heard about that, I'm like, oh, hold up.
Yeah. And it sounds like it's got a lot more torque too than the OG Sherman or the Max. So I don't know how
Yeah.
they did both with a 100-volt system, but
I don't
speed
either.
and torque is great. So
I don't know how they did it. Legitimately, I don't know how they reworked that to make it happen, but I'm glad that they did. You know, I just got what he said. You guys are crazy, Mickey. You need help.
what do you say? I'm looking it back at the comments.
Yeah, he just said we were talking about you showing off for the girls. He said, but Tommy shows off for the boys. He's so stupid.
Easy vibes hustling them Arkansas ladies.
So Michael Henry said, you guys have any new info on I guess he's saying the ETA on the KS S22 Pro? I don't. I haven't even heard that happening, and they're not fast on coming out with things. So they are actually the slowest company to come out with one. So I'm not sure. Mickey, have you heard anything? Anybody else heard anything on the KS22 Pro?
Is that different than the golden one that they put out?
Yeah. The golden one, I think, is just the look.
Oh.
That's all they changed.
What was with the names on those wheels? Like the Leaper Eagle. There was a couple other. I can't remember the other ones. The Brave Leopard. Man, they need a better marketing team.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Devo. You guys can do me a favor. 36 people in here right now. Could you guys please hit the like button? I would appreciate it. Definitely would appreciate it. And if you're in the comments on YouTube at least, then you can see that E. Simon has he's able to use the different logo and pictures and stuff that I put out for the channel. So he's got the let's go. It's got my little face in there. So if you're interested, definitely check the channel, hit the join button and jump in. Changing over from anything that I did have on Patreon because I wasn't doing that very, very good. So, but Cybervolt, this is my man. I want to say shouts out to Cybervolt. He was formerly called Wilson on here, and he's been in on my live streams since way back. He was always here on every live stream. He works late, and he has some videos of him riding his M10-3 inside his warehouse there. I'm jealous, very jealous. But it's a good dude. What do you got?
Details on the S22 Pro. 150 volt? Is that for real? Oh, 150 volt upgraded MOSFET with 4,000 watt motors, and then updated sliders and bigger battery.
Oh, that sounds good. I mean, that sounds like some good stuff. Michael said Sherman S versus Kingsong S22 Pro. Sherman S wins. That's just my opinion, but I don't know. I don't know if the S22 Pro is really gonna have all of that. You know, we'll see. Mickey said more brands should work with content creators. It's real incentive to craft content and help their brand. Definitely, Mickey. They should definitely reach out more or be open to it.
Agreed.
He said, "You mean the brown S22? That's gold. It's gold. That's gold.
Yeah,
it's gold and brown."
Yeah. I think they were going for like a leather kind of brown look on there, but it's a little off.
400 watt motor one. Oh, I think he meant 4,000. Yeah. I'm like, what wheels 400? um, he said manufacturers and distributors are bombarded with requests. Yes, they are. But they should figure out, who they want to work with. I mean, they can watch content and figure out who they want to work with.
True.
You know.
Well, and social media is different than YouTube. Like the reviews translate to direct sales a lot easier, I think. Through
On
those
where?
affiliate links on YouTube.
Oh,
Um,
definitely.
but then on social media, it's like the introduction for the new audience. Like they see it
Yes.
on social media and then they go do their research and they find the
They
YouTube
look and their
channel.
research is done on YouTube. Yes, definitely,
Right.
and that's perfectly said. Uh, They're dogging that gold, huh? Unicycle said he loves group rides. He was solo for 4 years before there was other riders around. Yeah, man. I still most of the time ride alone. Um, there's only a few people here, and our schedules are different, and we just can never ride together. I now have a group, or I'm part of a group from Connecticut and Massachusetts, and so there's a few more of us, and we try to get together more. But it's usually me watching them say they're getting together and wishing I could
Right.
go. Like
Yeah,
today,
I get it.
today I was working, and they're like, "Okay, I'm almost there. We'll be there soon." And I'm like,
Yeah, we tend to ride maybe not even once a week. During the summer, we were doing like one group ride a week, and then I'm riding 6 days solo. But lately in the winter, it's been once a month maybe or less. So
Mhm.
we've got about 16 guys that'll get
"Oh,
together
that's
pretty
cool."
regularly. Really, I think our biggest group ride was 10 EUCs. So
Yeah.
not everybody can get together every time.
Oh wow. E. Simon says he was out on a group ride until 1 a.m. yesterday. Hot summer nights are the best. Man, you having that summer weather over there? Oh my
Oh,
God.
we are too. Mid
Oh,
the southern U.S. is great right now. It was 60 today.
what?
Yeah,
What? Oh my
but it
God.
was negative 20 last week. So
Oh God. Oh Lord. So Roger said Bigot is saying 250 on the new linkage from them. No, because there's
that's
other people.
expensive.
It was released and other people are able to make it, so that's not happening. Yeah, that's not happening. Um, so whatever, they can charge what they want, but other people are able to make it. It was released. They released the print or whatever, so they can. Somebody else was cutting them and selling them. So, and now that I see that, I'm mad because someone sent me a link. They're like, "Hey, I see this dude," and I was like, "All right, yeah," and I didn't, and I should have did it right away and said, bought it and said send it to me. So, because if they're gonna start hiking the price, that's gonna suck. You know.
Yeah, I'll just go through someone else. I think
Yeah.
TorquePads is selling a whole system
Yeah.
with the upgraded linkage.
Yeah.
Merlin selling them.
Cybervolt said, "If money was no issue, I want to scoop up everything." Yo, I'm with you, man. Yo, let's do it. Let's go.
I'm having to hold back on all these releases.
I know. You can't. There's no way you can buy them all. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I was independently wealthy and could just be like, "Yo, send it. Yo, send it."
Yep.
But I ain't got it like that. So right now I'm in a quandary because I need to sell my Master Pro, which I don't want to sell. I love
Yeah.
that wheel, and mine is
Monster
like,
Pro.
I mean the Monster Pro. Sorry, yeah, and mine is pristine. And I'm like, I don't want to sell it. Like I just don't. So
Yeah.
I haven't really listed it yet. So I mean, if somebody wanted my particular wheel and was willing to pay for it, then I would sell it. But right now, everybody's like, like selling super low because they just want to get the new wheels. And
Yep.
I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. This wheel means too much to me, and I like it too much. I mean, I got hurt on the wheel, and then I got a new one, and then I fell in love again, and there's a lot of emotional connection to it. And I'm like, I can't. So I'm stuck for a while. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but
That's how I
I
feel
gotta.
about my Sherman too. Like I don't want
Yeah.
to sell the Sherman. I love that wheel.
Yep.
But if I want to buy a new wheel, I've got to sell one of my three at least. Right now you
Mm-hmm.
have to sell two wheels to afford a new one, especially
Yeah.
with the price drops on every retailer website over the holidays, and the used prices are going way down. I saw a guy selling a Monster Pro for What was that like?
1,600 and something,
Yeah, $1,600. Oh my
something
gosh.
ridiculous. I was like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, no, no, yeah, no. So Mickey countered what he said, and Mickey said, if money was no issue, I'd buy a Bugatti.
Yeah.
He's stupid, Mickey. But that's a fact. If money was no
Oh yeah.
issue, I would have something else. I mean,
Sure.
but if money wasn't an issue, I'd also have all these wheels.
Sure.
So, Commander Pro. A lot of people are talking about that. What do you think?
Commander Pro looks good, but I feel like it's gonna be a knockoff Sherman. Like,
Mm,
how good is the quality?
yeah.
I felt like the Commander was kind of a knockoff Sherman, and it had some issues, but we'll see. When there's reviews out, it's got power.
Yeah. I've never been a fan of the Commander. I,
Yeah,
there's something
me
about
either.
the look of it. Like you said, I feel like it's a knockoff of the Sherman, an imitation of something else. Uh, I don't know. I feel like it's an impersonator, like
Sure.
it's a wannabe, and I mean, that's just me because other people like it. I mean,
Yeah.
EUC, my EUC journey, Juro
Yeah.
likes it. He likes it a lot. He talks about it a lot, and a couple other people that really talk about it. I think um, Turbo has one, right? I think that's what Turbo's riding too.
Yeah. Turbo had one at Amped.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people like them. I do. I feel the look of it just does not grab me. It feels like, nah, you're almost it, but not it.
And I felt like I've only ridden one for a few miles here or there, trying other people's, but it just didn't feel as good as the Sherman.
Mm-mm.
Like, maybe the firmware, I don't know. It dips a little more. Uh, EVX said, "You speak my love language." The Commander is a 1,000 a knockoff, 1,000% a knockoff of the Sherman. Uh,
Yeah, it's
yeah, I
so
mean that's what they were
true.
going for, right? Like that's what they were trying to take Sherman customers, but uh, we'll see. It's 134 volt on the Commander Pro, so
So, Adventures in Gold said Team Sherman, definitely.
sure.
Seth said the Commander is smooth AF. I mean, it might be, but I don't know. I just I can't quite feel it. And maybe it's because I haven't ridden it on a regular. If I had one and I was riding it on a regular, maybe I would have a different feeling. I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know.
I feel
And
like I
then
can't have a true opinion without giving it 100 miles at least.
yeah.
So
So see, Spartacus says I can never let go of my OG Sherman, and I look, I feel the same way, but I had to. I feel like I didn't want to. I definitely didn't want to, but I was like, "Ah, I can't keep everything, and there's too many new things that I want. So I had to make a choice. And I'm not gonna lie, that choice hurt. And I'm trying to look on Instagram now so I can see um one of the here. There's an image. Um and I know you guys, if you've been following me, anytime you remember my black and green, I missed that
oh
damn
yeah, you had
thing.
that beautiful Sherman.
Oh,
I love it.
it said wheel life on it. I had the oh my god, I still missed that thing. I let it go, and I brought the price down for him, and I was like, oh, because he's a local guy, family guy who same thing, struggling, and I was like, you know what, I I'm gonna do what I can because I know that I I could use the help, and
Sure.
so could he, and right now, and I felt like you know it's something he needed and could use, and I could do it. But it hurt like hell to let it go. I almost shed a tear when I drove away from his house when I dropped it off.
Oh
I
yeah.
almost shed a tear. And there's
Yeah, I
my
don't know if I can sell mine. I've been thinking about it, and then every time I like go to put it up for sale, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna hold off a little longer. Um,
yep,
but if I want a V13 or a Sherman S, how many wheels do I really ride every day? I can't ride
exactly.
5, 6 wheels, so
You can't. You can't.
we'll see. Got the
So he
Master coming for now. That'll be a good refresh, and I'll hold
oh
on to
yeah,
the
you're
Sherman
gonna
for
love it. You're gonna love it. Here's my Monster Pro, and I look at it, and I mean I got a little more green on it now, but and I got that custom high custom seat.
that looks good.
Yo, that seat is so comfy. I
Oh, you got that
swear.
handle. Is that
Yep.
the true to one handle?
Yep,
Yeah,
it
on
is.
still.
Yep. And let me tell you, the handle helps me to lift it
Oh,
because
I
the
bet.
wheel's so heavy, but the handle goes right through the handle of the wheel, so I'm able to lift it upstairs and stuff with that. I grip it by the back of the Clark pad system there, the bumper. I
Oh
grab the
yeah.
bumper and grab the handle, and I can lift it right up. I mean, because the wheel's so big anyway, I normally just push it upstairs, and
Does
it.
it help you manage the wheel when you're riding too? Like, do you ride holding on
Mhm.
to it?
Yeah, yeah, you can
That's a
grip
cool
it. It's
idea.
it's it's like the Sherman, the bars on the Sherman.
Yeah, I use this bar all the time when I'm
Hmm. That's
braking, which is
exactly what
probably
it's
not
like.
smart. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna drop me on my ass someday, but
Eh, you'd be alright.
but I do it.
Yeah, and I just wish it did like the bars don't move. The handle
Right.
does. So the
True.
handle, so you do have to find it a little bit, but yeah. But that's see, it's hard because these wheels get under your skin. Like I got a lot of love for both those wheels.
Yeah.
I don't want to let
I
them.
haven't
I don't
owned a
want
wheel I didn't like so far. Like I
to.
kind of
Yeah,
liked them all. Well, I
yeah,
say that I had an M10 III for a
yeah.
while. It's the only Bigode wheel I've ever owned, and I hated it.
Really?
But I wasn't very good at riding yet. I was still on the 16X. It was the second one I bought. So I need to try it now that I've been riding for a few years. I think I'd appreciate it more.
You would. You would.
It felt too
Uh,
squirrely, like I wanted to go 25 miles an hour and I was gonna die on it.
yeah.
So
No. It is squirrely. It's not a wheel that you can just ride. It's not that the M series is not a wheel that. Well, in my opinion, I mean, yes, I know that other people feel like Roger feels differently. He rides his a lot, but I don't feel that that's a wheel to ride around. I think that's a wheel for like unique jobs. If you're doing something around the house in the yard, if you're doing something cool, if you or like Marty takes it to the events because we're just riding around the event. Perfect.
sure.
You can ride around
Yeah.
the event, but for to go on a group ride, I'm not. No, you to go on a ride where we're going more than down the street or back. I'm not. I'm gonna bring a real wheel because
Yeah.
it is squirrely and it's weird and it's but it's unique. It's fun.
Do you
I
have an M10 IV?
I no, I borrowed that one so that
Okay.
I could make the video and stuff and I had so much fun riding it though.
Which one
Um
do you like better, the 3 or the 4? Because they're pretty
um
different, right? The way they ride.
yes. I like the 4 better, but the 3 tire.
Okay.
Like I like the knobby tire that's on the 4 because you can do a lot with it. I think you can, like Seth was doing. He was clearing snow using
Oh yeah, I
the
saw them do it.
M10 4. Shouts out to Seth and his snow blower.
Oh yeah, he had the
um,
shovel going and everything. He
yeah,
was getting it.
but I don't think he could have done that on the 3 because the tire was a little slicker. It didn't have the knobbies, so
Sure.
you can do more with it. But if you're on a smooth surface, the street tire on that little tiny wheel was better on the for the M10 III. Um, like when I was riding the wheel inside, like I said, I was at Walmart. When I was at Walmart, the floor is real smooth, so I felt every tuk, 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 tuk
Oh
of the
yeah,
of all the knobby. You feel it.
yeah. Sure.
So that's only the real difference. But I like the light of the new one. I like the look of the new one much better.
Me too.
I like the new one, and I was thinking about grabbing one, um, and recently had the ability to jump in on a deal to get one, and I'm like, no, if I'm gonna get one, that ain't gonna be it. So
Yeah. I'm gonna hold off on it. I want one too. I think it'd be fun to take to events or like it's a, you're meeting up at a group ride. You just sit around the parking lot while you're waiting for the real ride to happen.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
So
for like running a quick errand.
EUC Vibes sold his Sherman and his V12, but now he's got the Master Pro. So what?
Go
you
forever.
you sold yours and upgraded, so now you good to go.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't have to climb any stairs though.
Yeah. Well, they were
I guess
climbing.
you can push it.
Yeah, they were. That's what they're because the wheel's big enough. Like I do that. Like I said on my Monster Pro, I push it upstairs.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I get behind it. Once you get up the first stair, you can just keep pushing and it just doop, 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 goes right up. So I'm sure you could do the same on the Master Pro. I think I already saw someone doing that. So let's see. Uh, oh yeah, Jaro says my commander runs cool. You can stack beer on it. Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I
Did he have to mod it? I know a lot of people are drilling holes in the front for
yeah,
more airflow.
that's a good question. Did you mod that to make it run that cool? He said no, cool as fuck. But if it's that cool, you had to do something. Jaro, you had to do something.
He had a
Um,
cool seat on it whenever I rode with him out in California for the last ABS in February.
yep.
Um, it was like a like a boxing pad like for martial arts. Yeah, he like strapped this pad on and it was cool. It was super comfy and it like fit the wheel perfectly.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You know, you got to find the right seat. You really do. I think I think I found the best mix for me right now. The seat that I have on the Monster Pro, I would make probably it could be a little shorter. I think it was a little taller than I really needed it to be, but it fits so well. Like I sit on that wheel and the comfort. Honestly, I can't even tell you how much I love seated riding on that wheel. I could ride forever on that wheel. But you know, I'm waiting for something else. Now I need something else to replace that. So I'm thinking if put I want a seat I can put on the Sherman S right now. I think I may use that big seat and see if I can get it to stay on there somehow.
Yeah,
Because I don't have another seat. I my the seat that I had on my Sherman is gone. I let it go with the Sherman. So an,
yeah.
another
I
thing
made one
that's
time with for the V12. I saw like the Russian seats, the way that they were rigged up with the
yep.
little clamps on the bottom, and
Mm-hmm.
it was pretty easy. I bought some like stadium foam padding. I like cut it
Mm-hmm.
up and wrapped it with some fake leather. You could probably do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Super cheap.
Something. Oh, so Electric Unicycle. He said, "I won't touch Be Goat anymore. Things
Wow.
change when your wheel dumps you and you get messed up. And all my Be Goats did it to me. Yeah, it's tough, man. I'm right there with you. When you fall hard, it's hard for you to come back from it. But I did. Like, I came back from it. On the Monster Pro, and now I love the wheel again. You know, it took a long time for me to love the Monster Pro again, because you know, but I mean, I had an original version, and
Right. The Batch
and
One.
yeah,
Batch One gets everybody.
that motherboard was just not right. I don't care what anybody says. The motherboard, I believe, was the same motherboard from the V3, the Monster V3, and I think they upgraded the battery, they upgraded the motor, they upgraded everything except the motherboard, and that motherboard just could not handle it, and it just stopped working, you know. And the only thing I heard from them was, they don't know why.
Yeah.
No,
Man, after a crash, it's hard to trust the wheel again.
yes,
Um,
long time. Um, like right, like when I went down to Amped and when I went to AVS, riding on the track and riding at any speed,
mm,
I still felt it.
yeah.
And that was over a year and a half ago, and I
Yeah.
still felt it. I was like, you
Takes
start
time.
breathing, and I'm like, oh, because you're thinking about the wheel cutting out on you, and it is not anything you want to experience again. You know.
I haven't had it cut out yet, but I crashed on the V11 back in September, right after Amped Electric Games.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like scared of the wheel for a while. But after 2 or 3 weeks of healing up, I had to grow some new skin, and
Yeah.
then I was good to go.
Well, you said that was on your V11.
Yeah. So
What happened?
I was coming around a corner. We have these streetcar tracks that kind of go through the road, and it was on a curve, and I was hitting the corner pretty hard, maybe 25 miles an hour, maybe a little less, and I got caught in this track for the streetcars downtown Oklahoma City,
Oh.
and I had just installed a CST 186 knobby on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the knobs just like fit perfectly in this groove. I couldn't get out of the track, so it took me down. and I wasn't wearing enough gear.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have elbow pads on. I didn't have anything covering my stomach or chest, so I belly slid across the concrete. It
That
was rough, man. It hurt.
confidence is
It hurt.
that confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I rode for almost 2 years without crashing, but
Mm-hmm.
now I'm trying to advocate more for gearing up more
Gear
for
up,
every ride
all the gear, all the time.
all the time. Yeah, I'm wearing padded jackets now.
Yeah.
I'm
I
trying to be better
honestly,
about it.
um, the lazy rolling really upped a lot of people's game because you know, not that it's perfect, but
Sure.
it gives you the ability to put on all of your gear every time you go out and
Yeah,
not have to strap this on, strap that on, strap this on. You can, like, I have the jeans and I have the jacket and I put them on religiously. And when I put them on, that gives me everything I need. That gives
yeah,
me the knee pads, the hip pads, the back pad, the shoulder pads, elbow pads, you know, and I'm like, I got everything I need. And all I did was put on my pants and jacket. And
yeah. Way
so,
easier, and it's good for like I commute to work, so I want to be able to throw something on easy. I don't want to spend 30
mm-hmm.
minutes looking like Iron Man before I ride a mile to my office.
Mm,
It's not
yeah.
convenient. So I like Beyond Riders too. Have you ever checked out their gear?
I've seen
I've got
some of
a
their gear. Yep.
I've got a padded shirt from them, and it's got chest protectors. It's got elbow, shoulder, and back,
Mm-hmm.
and they're pretty good quality. And then I have two lazy rolling jackets too.
I
So
have, oh, and I can't think of the name of it now. I have a mesh. It's an all mesh motocross type thing, but not the armored one that looks like you said, like Iron Man. I love that one. Don't get me wrong. I love those.
sure,
Those were the look that I wanted. Once I got that, I was like, I said, yeah, I'm chilling riding around in this, you know. But then
yeah,
afterwards, I was like, okay, I want to look little less aggressive when I'm
sure,
riding. So I went to something different. But this mesh shirt that I have, and it's from Europe. Oh, I can't think of the name brand, but it's great because it has a back pad, elbows and shoulders, but it's totally mesh. Like you can see clearly through it, and but it's the mesh itself is made out of a really good material too. So I wear that in the summertime, and I'm like, see, again, I get to just toss this
yeah,
on, and I'm fully geared up.
sure. Yeah, I think that's the best way. And I think whenever I was um, sorry, I heard something. Whenever I was first getting into riding and I was gearing up a lot, I felt weird going on a bike trail on a 16X with like full motorcycle gear, And I'm like, people don't like me on these trails because of what I'm wearing. Like the perception of what I was doing looked negative to like a cyclist or a runner.
Yeah.
But then you throw on a padded jacket and like some armored jeans, like nobody even knows.
Yep.
They just think
Yep.
it's cool. They don't think you're like a threat or like out, being a hooligan. But I always wear the full face helmet for sure, which is a little
Yeah.
intimidating.
It is, but it's like you got a choice. Either you go and that's intimidating, or you go with a half shell or something else. And I don't know. I guess I'm older. I think about that over a year and almost 2 years now. It'll be just about in another couple of months. It'll be 2 years, and I'm still not healed and never will be. So I can
Yeah,
imagine another injury where I hit my face and break my jaw or something. I'm like, no, no,
yeah.
full
Head
face.
head's the
Yep.
most important thing. I mean, when I crashed, I scraped my helmet across the pavement. Like it would have been a lot
Mm-hmm.
worse without a helmet on. But
Yep.
learned my lesson on the elbow pads and the. I don't know. I guess the padded jacket would have helped, but the worst was the stomach road rash. It was brutal, man. And I had to go to town for work like 2 days later. So I was like on a plane with like you
Oh.
know tons of road
Oh.
rash.
That had to
Not
suck.
Yeah, it was not fun.
Yeah, I could tell you that right now because there's no way I want to get on a plane with all that road rash.
Yeah, it
Um,
was rough.
no.
Better than driving, I guess. But man,
Uh, Mickey says it, but it's a damn shame we have to still craft our own seats. Imagine if Apple functioned this way. Yeah, you're right. But the problem though is everybody likes different. Like I like my seats different than other people. So unfortunately, I think even if they came out with I like the 16X seat, but it can't it's not for everybody. He was saying that he has trouble. His junk goes numb. Somebody, I forgot who that was, said his junk goes numb when he rides the regular 16X seat. So unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to DIY. No matter how good or how much they give us on these wheels, we're always gonna DIY them because we're all different, you know.
Sure. Well, and I think that a lot of the stuff that we use when they're designing these wheels is like an afterthought. You know, the seats and the pads and stuff. They're like, oh, what can we throw on this to make it look cool? Not like what's practical for the rider. You know,
Mickey
it's like
says. Mickey said, "I love seeing Cobra is mesh head to toe." He's so stupid. Mickey's here for comic relief, y'all.
he said, on the topic of wheels dumping you, it's nice to have a wheel that safely hits 56 miles per hour and it's guaranteed to tilt back. V13, it's looking safe, looking fast. But a lot of people are complaining about the range.
Well, somebody else in here did just say that the range was better than they thought. Mickey,
I mean, I thought it sounded fine. But,
yeah, Mickey, what are you getting on kind of range? Because people are like got range anxiety on this wheel, and somebody was sending me direct messages saying, "Hey, I wanted to get the V13, but with Speedy Feet's video." I'm like, wait, dude. Don't just let one video just make your decision for you, man. Come on. Yep. There's extenuating circumstances sometimes. He was in 30-degree weather, which changes the battery. I don't know how he was riding or whatever. He also got worse mileage on the Master Pro, I think it was, than anybody else. I'm like, see, Gerald says 3,000 watt hours on the V13 is just garbage. I think that's what he was trying to say. And
I just think that it's like the middle ground, right? Like you're paying for like more quality and reliability and safety, and the motor is super powerful. It's got the highest free spin, but like to get the price affordable, do you want to buy something that you have to upgrade like on the Begode side, and you're spending more and more and more to make it durable and ride the way that it's supposed to, or like for the V13, you just sacrifice a little range, but you get that quality. So, you can't have a perfect wheel. There's no perfect wheel.
Yeah, it's true. So Electric Unicycle said loads of people making their decisions based on one Kuji video. You're right. You're right. And I really don't think you should make a decision on one video anyway. I think you should watch a few people and try to see, and try to find the variables within those to see what's what.
I agree.
So Mickey said range is so dependent on how you ride. It's almost impossible to give an estimate, but I'm getting like 20 to 30 miles to 50%. That's when that's when I charge anyway. Okay. Yeah, I'm the same way. I always charge around 50% because I don't want to go lower than that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. I mean, everyone wants these long range wheels, but how many times do you really go ride like 100 miles in a day? I know I don't, and I don't know if there's a lot of riders that do, but I see where they're coming from, where they're spending a lot of money and they want the most for their money. But
they wanted to replace their car,
sure.
because they're thinking, I gotta go, and I get it, but this is a valid point. $4,500 wheel, you need better range. That's a valid point. $4,500. That's what I hate the most is the price tag on that wheel is crazy. That's absolutely bananas.
But it's only 4,000 right now, right? They haven't raised the price yet to the 4,500. It's like an early.
Oh, true, because it's supposed to be we're in the early process. So
it's cheaper than the Sherman S. It's cheaper than the Master Pro.
If you're batch 1, you're still getting it cheaper.
Right.
He said if he's doing speed runs, he gets half that.
Okay.
Let's hope they have MOS issues fixed. I hope the MOSFETs. Yeah, I hope they get everything fixed.
Yeah, me too. I've been riding in motion. I mean, my V12 failed. I broke it myself. It didn't cut out, but it had one of the old boards, the V12 high speed.
Okay.
But my high torque's been great. I haven't had any issues. So.
Okay.
So good.
Yeah, and you've been riding it. It's not like you're babying it. You actually ride the wheel. So.
Yeah, I mean, I hit beeps on it every day.
Yeah. To me, the range isn't the biggest Achilles heel of the V13. Okay, I'm assuming you are going to get us with a video, so I'll wait. Oh wait, no, he said the weight and one other huge problem. Wait for the review to see. I knew you were going there, Mickey. You bait me with a carrot.
kickstand thing is a little frustrating. Like they
Yes.
showed it on the renders, and then they are adding it on as like an accessory.
Yeah, buy
It
this
seems like an
too.
essential. Yeah, it's an essential part of the wheel. They should have included it.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I don't know how they thought that made sense. Um,
Yeah. 4K
and
is the V13 crash dummy test price. At least they're giving a discount though. People are buying crash test dummy Begode wheels, and then
yeah,
they're
yeah,
paying the same amount.
yeah, and
to
that's the
get
regular
that.
price anyway. So
That's just the regular price. So
yeah, Big Boy says I like to go out 100 miles at a time. Yeah, but not
yeah,
everybody has what you have over there. That video showed that you have some of the best riding and trails and ability to. So I mean, the view
sure.
on your. I want to come visit just for that ride that you went on. So
That was amazing.
yeah, that truly was amazing. So
Our longest rides in Oklahoma City are about 45 miles, maybe. So I
mhm.
mean, I can get that out of any wheel. Now I just want performance. I think during the whole
Mhm.
ride if I can.
Um, Big Boy says they missed the bar on the power battery to weight ratio. Yeah, I mean, because they went with
It's
the
heavy.
lower battery, and I agree they're probably doing it for price wise because they did so much, and weight wise because they have the heaviest motor ever made. Like,
I don't know
like
what the that was not a good advertisement in my opinion. Like
no,
nobody wants a heavy motor. That's not a good selling
no,
point. But
yeah,
I
I
think
don't.
they want it to be powerful. They want people to
Yeah,
know it's powerful. So
yeah. Well, Mickey said the kickstand won't work anyway. The wheel's 115 pounds.
yeah, I'm sure people will just lay it down like the Sherman, like with the rollers on the front or something.
Yeah,
Like
we'll figure out something. We'll put those yeah, we'll put those the little things that stick out, and then you'll be able
yeah,
to flip it down. The mounts,
more
the ball
wheels need a
mounts.
roll cage. Like the roll cage
Mhm.
is so nice on the Sherman. Uh,
Mhm.
I think every wheel should have some sort of cage
Yeah.
so you can connect accessories and mod it out.
Yeah, this is she said this is why I need all the miles, Cobra. Yeah, it is to keep up with Nick. Yeah, it's but you know what I like is that both the V13 and the Sherman S have the front and back roll cage piece.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? They
it's
don't have it
nice.
all the way around, but they have the front and the back, which to me are the most important parts. Because when the wheel spins and flips and bang, 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 that's where it takes the brunt of the hit. And it
Sure.
gives you ability to grab there. Still, you can still grab that little thing like you could on the Sherman, the OG
Yeah.
Sherman. So I
Well,
like
and they're
that.
getting so heavy, it makes it easier to lift the wheel
Yeah.
versus like you got to grab the suspension down here and the under the headlight down here, and it's not getting ergonomic to pick up these wheels.
No, they're making it more difficult. So like pushing it up the stairs is the answer, I
It's
guess.
the best way. Yeah,
Yeah. So Nick said, "Does a wheel need the heaviest motor ever made if its power output is limited by the wheel's firmware?" And I mean, we know they're going to limit it because that's what they do. That's they
I
want it
I mean
safe.
heaviest no, but I think the extra power is so that you have headroom. Like people like me don't want to ride at the top 15
No,
20% of my wheel's
no.
limit. Like I want the extra headroom so that I can ride at high speed and not worry about cutting out.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not that the heaviest makes it the most powerful.
No, I
And
agree.
that's
Yeah,
what
100%.
bothers me about their whole idea with their promotion. The heaviest EUC. I'm like, no, tell me the most powerful EUC motor ever made. Okay,
Right.
but the heaviest, I'm like that you missed the mark on that because now
Yeah,
I
you don't
just
want
feel like,
heaviest.
yeah, I feel like you made it the heaviest, and now you couldn't include more battery because you made the motor so heavy. So
Sure.
go back to the drawing board and redesign it, trim some weight, add some more battery. But Mickey said I can deadlift 250 pounds, but the V13 still sucks to pick
I can imagine.
up.
I'm glad I
Oh,
live in a house, not an apartment. I want
yeah,
to
me
carry
too.
a wheel.
Me
So
too. And I have to get better at that. I want to set my garage up so that I can roll my wheel in and put it in a stand, click, and just
yeah,
leave it instead. Because I was bringing them all the way downstairs to my office downstairs in the basement, and oh my god,
I can
pain
only
in the
imagine.
ass. Oh
Yeah,
my god, it was terrible. So now that
I've
I'm
got
having
three
the
steps.
yeah, see, you're good.
It's not bad. Yeah.
No. Now that I
A
have
daily
having my
workout.
basement redone, I don't know that I'm gonna want to run the wheels down the basement even still. So Nick's Master Pro broke my dog ramp.
Oh no, that's
That's
a heavy wheel, man. What is it? 120 pounds? 120.
once you put the stuff on, I think it's like 124, something like
It's
that.
a heavy wheel. It looks fun, man. I bet it's like the most cush ride on the market.
Yeah.
Just too much wheel. I just don't need to go that far, so the weight seems insane. But then the V13's that heavy too, so maybe it's not the right wheel either.
So Nick said, my question is the headroom available if it's turned back? And what? Okay, my question is the headroom available if it's tuned back, detuned, and is there enough battery to support high power safety? 3,600 watt hours minimum for big, fast, safe wheels, in my opinion. Well,
It's a good point.
yeah,
Bigger battery is safer.
yeah.
Um,
The motor, I see. I think they have part of it. I think them having that huge motor and the power that it has, but you're right. I think they're missing the power you need to push that motor safely.
yeah,
Um,
agreed.
so I think that's why they're limiting, or I think they're limiting it is gonna keep it safe. But if they unbridled it, I don't think it would be. Maybe it wouldn't be safe if they unbridled all the power because it doesn't have enough battery to support it.
Yeah, it's very true. Well, and I think what they're using different cells than everyone else. They're using 18650 cells instead of 2700.
Yeah, something like that.
But the voltage sag has been pretty good based on some of the testing I saw.
Mm-hmm.
EVX said, "Can anyone confirm they used the term heaviest motor?" Yeah, like in the reveal video where
They
Bob
did.
was on the screen talking about the wheel.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they said, Mickey, because I watched it and I went, huh? Like, and then everybody said the same thing. Why are they talking about the heaviest? Why is that a thing?
I think they're trying to say that like it's durable, like it's got this big beefy motorcycle rim, it's got a lot of power, but I think it just came across wrong.
It was lost. It was lost in translation.
Exactly,
is what it was. Yeah. It was lost in translation because I know that they were trying to make it a big time spec that's gonna impress us, and we all went, no, that's not what we want. Need more energy density next. Yeah, well, Master Pro forever, my brother. I don't know, the EX30. The EX30 is making me think that it is something good. But the EX30 kind of reminds me of the S22. I know it's more of a master, shape or whatever, but I feel like it's a little smaller. Like, it feels like the size of the master. And like, I feel like I like the bigger wheels just so I can sit comfortably. And so I'm not sure if I'm going to love the size of it. We'll see.
So, what are the specs on the EX30 that make it that much better than the Master X or whatever, like the smaller battery Master Pro?
The power and battery and free spin and like it has all the specs beefed up, whereas like the V13 is missing the battery portion of it.
Well, I'm talking about the Bigode Master Pro, right? There's the Master X.
Yeah, that's the smaller battery, 3,600 watt hours instead of 4,800 or whatever.
But the EX30 is also 3,600 watt hours, right?
Look it up. I see you're on your computer.
Look at it right now, yeah.
Is that what it says?
134 volt, 3,600 watt hours. So the only difference is like the side pads and the seat and the C40 motor. I guess it's got a C40 motor, which makes it.
Yeah, the motor was the huge difference. They were saying that because that's the newer motor and it's supposed to be more efficient, more powerful, can do more. So, yeah, bad English. Exactly, Mickey. That's what I was saying. The translation itself is what I think threw us off. Devo's got it.
20-inch too.
The 20-inch C40 motor, 4,000 watt. So it makes a difference. Is the C30 or EX30 a race wheel or a long range wheel or neither? Definitely a race wheel. I mean, depending on the weight, I know that it's going to be. I think the motor is going to have the torque and speed that we are looking for. I don't know if it's going to have the the longevity as far as the distance.
Does
But
anyone
again,
know the weight yet? Have they announced that?
no. Well, look on if the site says it, but they didn't like come out with it like they weren't trying to say the spec like the heaviest motor. So
It's the free spin speed is 76 miles an hour. It's pretty fast.
hmm
It looks good.
if you can do that, maybe the first 60 miles, 65 mile rather on a wheel. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, it's
Devo,
101 pounds.
okay, that's unique. I don't know
That's
how
not
they
bad.
did. I don't know how they did that, but okay.
Yeah. That's on par with the Sherman S.
Yeah, well, they're giving you more for less weight, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But again, it's a Pagode, so
Yeah.
you gotta wait for the other shoe to drop.
I've been avoiding Begode since I started riding UC because of all the bad rep on fires and stuff. But
Yeah,
I'm getting a master, so it
yeah,
looks fun. I gotta
yeah.
try it.
You're gonna enjoy it, buddy. You're gonna enjoy
I
it.
know
That's for sure. That's for sure. So, all right. Well, what I wanted to do was give you an opportunity to talk about. So we talked about how you got into this. We talked about where you started from. We talked about your growth. But what were the viral videos? You said you knew a couple of them that really did it for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was there any?
So the first one was like a Christmas video that I made. Like on Christmas morning, I put no effort into it. I like filmed my wheel with my roommate has a lot of plants. I don't know if you can tell, they're all over here.
Okay.
And he has like a little humidifier, and it was putting out this foggy smoke, and so I took a video of my wheel, and then I clipped in some clips of me riding to like a Mariah Carey song, and it got like 700,000 views or something like in 2 days. It was wild, and then I started getting some trickle down views on some other videos, and then I had another one go viral that was just me walking around the wheel. It was like some funny audio about how much you pay for that, you know, and that one went viral too. I wasn't even riding. And then my most recent one, I think, was after I got the shark pads from UC Market.
Yep.
I made just like a quick, 8-second kind of promo video for the UC Market pads, and then that one is probably my most popular one. I think it's got 2 million views.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
2 million views. Yeah, that's crazy. I only had one video do that, and I got like, I don't know, what was it, 700 and something thousand. Ridiculous. I was like, what? Like,
Yeah, it's
how?
weird when you go viral. Because at one point, like for 3 months, I was getting like 3 followers a minute, like consistently for 3 months straight. And then so the weird thing about social media is after you go viral, you just flatline. Like there's something with the algorithm where they don't want you to continue growing too fast, so they shut you down a little bit and limit your reach. But I was pulling data last night. I'm kind of like a data nerd because I use it for my job all the time. And so I was pulling all of my in-motion stats in together to kind of send to them to show them like what I've done for the brand. And it's weird because I have these 97,000 followers, but like 60% of the views on my videos still come from the Reels page on almost every video. So they don't really even see the content, but so you just got to keep hoping for more viral videos. It's kind of the way it works, I guess.
You never know. Like Liv said that Nick got like 220,000 views on a video of her eating chicken wings.
I remember that video.
Chicken wing.
Yeah, that was good.
You never know what's gonna hit. You never know what's gonna hit. That's for sure.
Sure. Yeah, you just gotta stay consistent. It's fun.
What I love about our community though is that we're all happy for each other. Like, I'm glad, like I saw you blowing up there. I was like 97,000. I was like, what the hell? But I was very happy for you, because I'm like, this is not somebody who's got $1 million and who just dumped a bunch of money into it. This is your guy who started on the 16X and just grabbed the camera and just started making videos. And, it kind of just worked out. And I appreciate the fact that our community is filled with more people like that, like you, and you stay, you are humble about it, and you're willing to share your success and your methods and the things that you do with others. Um, and
Yeah,
Mickey says, "All hail the algo, the
yeah.
algorithm." But
And sometimes it gets frustrating if like it's not working in your favor and you're working really hard on stuff. It's
mhm,
like, it feels like it's you're kind of just playing
yeah,
like the lottery. Like you may win, you may not.
yep.
Um, but I think I just have to have fun with it. That's like kind of the mindset I'm trying to keep is like just have fun, go ride, make fun stuff that I like, and if other people like
Mhm.
it too, then great. You know,
Well, that I think that's to me that's the key is just to have fun with what we're doing because you can't take it too seriously. Because
right?
if you and I know there are some people who, you know, who do, they do this is their job and this is all they do. But sometimes they're kind of miserable because they're like, "Oh, I'm not getting enough views. I'm not," and I'm like, "Oh, I never want to be that way. Like,
Yeah,
I only do this because I have fun doing it. I've never been like, oh, I gotta get views. I could, I
sure.
could care less. I put out videos because I want to share with people. I started doing this because I wanted to talk to people and share with people, and that's all I continue to do. So, no matter whether I get a million views or 100 views, I still
Sure.
enjoy sharing, and that's what I think we have to continue to do is to stay humble, stay positive, and remember that we're doing this because we enjoy doing this and we have fun doing this. And I
Yeah,
think that's the only way to stay sane, really. If you're watching the algorithm and like, oh, it's going up, and you're gonna lose your mind.
yeah. You don't want to get too excited about it. Like I've been in that. Like that's what happened to me. It was going up and up and up, and I'm like, what do I do? How do I capitalize on this? What do I do now? And then like, what does it matter? I ride electric unicycles. It's not like I'm getting paid by Sony to go do some crazy shit on Instagram.
Right, right.
But I got some wheels out of it and some cool riding gear, and I made a ton of friends, and that's like really what matters. So
Yeah, it does. Our community is what matters. So we appreciate you guys in the chat. I definitely appreciate everybody that showed up. This to me is like it means everything. I enjoy it. We can't get together all the time, but we can get on here and talk, and I love that.
yeah, it's a
Uh,
blast.
yeah, I love getting everybody in the chat going and chiming in because this is basically a giant conversation with all of us, and that means a lot to me. It keeps me going and keeps me feeling it. Like I can't ride. I've been working and haven't had great days outside, so I haven't been able to ride. But this right now, I feel like this is that high that I search for when I ride. So,
Yeah,
I'm glad you were able to come on, and I'm glad that everybody was able to jump in.
yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Mickey says I agree. I create stuff uh, that I think is cool. If other people like it, cool. I don't. I don't cater to anyone or any entity. Oh,
Yeah,
comments are coming
yeah.
in
I
so
think that's the
fast.
way to do it.
Yeah, or any entity. Keep it up, Willie Dope. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
See,
thanks, Mickey.
yeah,
Yeah, Mickey's. I watched Mickey's videos before I ever started doing my own stuff, and YouTube's a whole other animal. But I feel like I really appreciate his videography. I've tried to incorporate some
yes,
cooler, like darker product shots and stuff in my most recent videos, and it's been really fun to play around with like different styles of videography. I need to get some better camera equipment, and that's kind of my next step. And
yeah,
then I'm gonna start working on YouTube. I think
yeah,
hopefully this year.
yeah. I want to do like when I'm stuck inside, I start gaming. And then I was like, should I put some gaming videos? And everybody's like, no, no. So I think I'm gonna start another channel for that because I like
Yeah,
my virtual reality stuff and whatever. But this is one of the things that really drives me. I love putting a video together and sharing it and be like, guys, check this out. And I feel like I'm going to see some friends of mine. No, yo, come here, come here, come here. Look at this, look at this. And that is a great feeling like the community, everyone's your friend and you're just sharing, some of the great footage and great vibe and great feeling that you have with each other. So,
yeah, it's
uh,
cool, and I think it's great that I can share EUC with. The cool thing about social media is like people aren't seeking out my content; it just shows up in their feed a lot of the time. So, like, I'm introducing this hobby to so many people that have
yes.
never seen one. That's the coolest thing I think to me.
Yeah. And I get that all the time and I know you do. Man, that thing looks so cool. I've never seen one before.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And I'm still trying to get that. I'm trying to get that erase that. I want people to be like, oh, I seen one of those. I was wondering, rather than
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I'm like, no, I want it in every home. I want everybody to see it. Everybody
Everybody
to
should
be,
try it.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is so amazing. Everybody's got to try it. um,
EUC vibes is trashing Mickey's color grading. He said color profile on EVX videos is always off. Oh man,
in case you guys don't know, Mickey's a colorist by
he
trade.
has the best colors. Yeah.
Oh,
All
Liv
right.
says, "Hey, you could have a low count too. I'm under 3,000 and I do social media work within motion. Quality and passion gets noticed. Um,
I
doing
agree. Yeah.
doing it for yourself is most important." That's right. That's right. And that's what I'm saying. And I don't know that everybody really catches that. When you do it because you enjoy it, good things happen.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's why I was surprised when Liv got picked up by Emotion, but happy because I said the same thing. I was like, she doesn't have a lot of subscribers, but you can see she enjoys what she's doing. You can tell that she's legitimately being honest and open and enjoying what she's doing, and that translated well to video. And then they were able to see that, and that vibe was able to be shared. So, and
Sure.
it takes all different kind. We're not all the same. We're all different. We just enjoy the same things.
Agreed. Yeah.
You know.
Well, and when
So
you're working with brands, the priorities are a little different sometimes when you're making content. Like it's different. I've had to like teach myself how to do product advertising on like a genuine level, like
yeah,
keeping it light, but like also, doing good by InMotion. And so, I don't know. Sometimes it's nice just to like not think about it, do what you want to do, and then sometimes it's cool to like learn a whole different style of videography and like showcase a product.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you do have to look at other things to kind of give you an idea of where you want to go. And that's why I like that. Like the video I said when you jumped in the air and all the clothes
Yeah,
coming out and stuff. I'm like, see, I like that because I know that you watched somebody else do it, you grabbed it and were able to replicate it, and you
yeah,
had fun. You had fun with it. I enjoyed it, so it shared that enjoyment, and I love that. We just shared
yeah.
just that quickly. And you brought happiness to somebody.
Oh yeah. Like I search Instagram all the time for like fun trends and cool stuff. And a year ago, I feel like the whole EUC community on Instagram was doing all these trends together. Like we're gonna use the
Yeah.
same audio, we're gonna do this fun stuff, and we need to get back into that. That was super fun.
Yeah.
And, like brought the community together. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fun to like take other people's stuff and make it your own.
Yeah, it is because and then you can add your take to it because some people
Yeah,
can, you can change it a little bit to be you, and that's what I like about it.
yeah,
I just
I think
started looking at, I don't, I if I scroll by something and I'm like, oh, I like that, I'll try it. I haven't actually searched to try and find the trends, and they're starting to pop up to me more, and I'm like, oh, I want to do that, oh, I want to do that. So I may start doing more of that kind of thing because I really like it. But I mean, I enjoy it overall. So, but anyway, thank you for the talk, everybody, because this was great talking about the new wheels again. As always, we have a conversation about what we've heard, and I've got I'm not feeling the Commander Pro yet, but maybe I will. Maybe Joro, you can get one and you could talk me into it. I don't know, but
there you go.
there's so many. I can't wait for the Sherman S to get here. I can't wait to ride the Master Pro again. I enjoyed that a lot. So in the V13, woo, in the EX30, woo, in the
Too many good wheels.
there's too many. There's too many.
Too many.
And I agree. I feel like I wish I could have one of every one, but when would I ride them?
Right. We just got to live next to alien rides, or something. We got to move.
I,
So
I
we
actually
can
I
travel.
actually was thinking about it. I was like, where can I move where I can
Yeah,
have somewhere close to me?
yeah,
That may happen. Like I said, I got 1 year to retire from one job, 13 months, and then after that, I got another year, and I'll be able to retire from the other. So in 2 years, I could be free.
yeah.
Freedom.
Jealous. I'll see you there in like 38 years.
Well, you are a lot younger than me, so that would
I'll get
make
there one day.
sense.
Yeah.
So I get it. But before we go, man, is there anything you want to share about what you got going on? Anything you're looking forward to and what you're most excited about upcoming?
Yeah, I'm excited about the upcoming Amped Electric Games events. I'm gonna try to come out to Vegas to the
Mm-hmm.
Eastgate Con. I think in March. That's gonna be a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Bentonville in September, and then anything in between.
Yeah.
So excited to go out to some fun events, hang out with everybody, ride with
Yeah.
everybody again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing YouTube. So I've got a page. I've only uploaded shorts on there, but
Okay.
follow me on YouTube, I guess. Maybe I'll have something
Yeah.
over the next month or two. And
Yeah,
then
I will link your both your social media and your YouTube in the comments section of in the description section after I finish with this video. So you can find his channels there.
other than that, I don't know. That's it.
Well, in
Thanks
case
for
you
tuning
guys
in.
in case you guys don't know, Corey and I are both part of the Amped Electric Games team. So you will see us more with Seth and Nick and Ron. You'll see we are part of the official team. So we are going to be making it happen, and we're going to be out at several events. We got a lot going on this year. At least 5 events that we will definitely be at, and probably more than that. So the only one that may be missing from time to time, like the event the first event we got coming up in January, I can't make because one of my jobs gets in the way. So, but we definitely got a lot going on. So, Amped Electric Games, make sure you go check it out. If you haven't gone over to the YouTube channel there, and you'll see that we're gonna link a lot of things together there. The AMP team is trying to bring you a whole lot of things. Seth has started a wonderful thing, and we are gonna help him keep it going. So just keep looking out for more things. Support as much as you possibly can, and really, you need to make it out to Amped Electric Games this coming year. You need to, if you're in this area, you need to come to the Wheel Life Rally. If you're in Vegas, if you're in Cali, there's events all over. You need to find the events. We will be listing them and putting them out there. And come check us out because we look forward to hanging out with everybody. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Spread some more positivity. You can come hang out with Willie Dope and he can teach you how to use your 360 camera.
Yeah, sure.
All right, people.
A lot of fun stuff at Amped last time. It was cool.
You did.
360 class.
And actually I wanted to mention that too. He taught a 360 class, and he gave a lot of people a lot of notes that we didn't know or we weren't thinking about, things that he does that we should be doing. So he can share more of that when you catch him at one of our events. So again, shouts out to E. Simon for being my channel member there. I appreciate you, brother. You're the best. And I thank you for always tuning in, even from way over there. You're always tuning in, and I appreciate it. We got people from Australia. We got people from where else did I see? I forgot. The other guy said he was from somewhere else, even maybe a little further. This sport connects us around the world, so I appreciate that. You guys have a fun-filled, fantastic night. I hope you guys all had a Merry Christmas, and I hope you guys are going to have a fantastic New Year. I just learned when I left work today that I'm actually getting a day off tomorrow, so I don't have to work the last day of the year, and I'm not working on the first, so let's go! I'm happy about that, baby.
Let's go!
So, you guys have a great night. Corey, I'll talk to you again soon, brother. You keep doing what you do, man. You keep making us smile on our Instagram, and I look forward to your YouTube videos, all right?
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Good chat.
All right. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one.